Thank you, boys. So we're set to go in this second half.
Dick Foss, McAdam and Kennedy on the bench for the Bears. I saw Naish over there with Edwards for Richmond. I couldn't pick up the other Richmond player as they went off.
No doubt the Bears will be looking for a lift from a number of players who have been a little quieter tonight than they were last week against the West Coast Eagles. But it's a 5-goal margin as we go into the second half. Clark has a mighty run at the ball up against Charles. It drifts wide towards the wing. Daffy gives chase. He pushes it even wider. Down towards half-forward. Broderick off to Campbell. The 100-gamer is clear. Wayne Campbell charges in towards half-forward. The kick is a beauty, and Richardson takes the mark. This is just the start that Richmond wants, and exactly not what
well, I think it's a
want.
tactical move, a coaching move that has brought off the fact that Richmond are back in the game, because Richardson was playing across half-forward in the first quarter. It was only when they were kicking to the other end of the ground that Robert Walls moved all the players up out of the semicircle, a 50-metre semicircle, put Richardson down at full forward, and he's just got too much speed and too much space for Gowers.
So here's the kick from Richardson. It's away to the right and drifting further away. One behind.
It's a good thing for Brisbane he didn't convert.
3-8 plays 8-9. Chris Naish.
Prescott was the other one that didn't pick up.
In the middle. Prescott and co. as Clark stands his ground and takes the mark in opposition to Charles. Thought about going short to Tristan Lynch. Off the side of the boot towards Dion Scott, and too strong for Jamie Tape. Scott round the body, goes up towards the 50. Bears through Lepage, unable to complete the mark. Voss lays the tackle. Bow tries to sneak out the back door. Kept in play for the Bears. Where's Darryl White? He's beaten by Kellaway, who gets a quick kick towards centre wing. Bond gives chase with Lambert, but the ball will beat them over the line. There's Brendan Gale. And a throw in between centre and left half forward for Brisbane. Charles wins it. Down towards Miranda. Off towards Wayne Campbell. Pulled off the football. And he's going to take the free kick. Did it pretty well. Justin Charles wants to pay the advantage, but he's got to go back and give it to the man who's brought up his century of games tonight, with Mother Margaret in attendance, being flown up by the club. Great attempt to mark was by Trent Bartlett, and he recovered well. Off towards Chapman. Chapman kicks over the centre towards half forward. No one able to take a mark, but there's been a whistle, and it's going to be a Bears free kick. Dion Scott between centre and half forward has a look down towards full forward. The pass is on, and it is a beauty. So Alistair Lynch now will have a shot directly in front, some 40 metres out.
And Gowers coming up the ground. I don't know if a change is being made as Lynch lines up, but what Richmond are doing, so are Brisbane, leaving a lot of space for Lynch in which to lead, and he's a hard man to mark up, as is Richardson down the other end.
Alistair Lynch with only his 4th kick for the night, and that is away to the right. One behind goes on the board. So they have done it in singles since a quarter time. When they were 3-4, there's Andy Gowers. They are now 3-9. And Alistair Lynch has 3 behinds.
Kick out Tate. Comes wing side. Players run to the ball. Chapman runs over the top of it, and he's paid the free kick as the Richmond player grabbed him without possession. Once again going long. Lynch pushing and shoving. Can't get hold of it. Bauer, terrific on the ground he has been at the back. Tries to tap it out the back. Stack of players coming over the top of it. Gale tries to handball it to Campbell with that familiar quick kick he's got, one of the best in the competition. Comes to Tawney. Broderick has been a real architect tonight, setting it up. Rogers wants to take Piers on. Now goes on his left foot. Richardson and Gowers, one-on-one, coming over to support with Scott. Goes to Daffy, onto his left foot, and has missed to the left.
So he's got a quick kick too, hasn't he? Daffy,
yeah,
a real opportunist.
Yeah, they've got 2 in the side. And just going back, the Gilbert McAdam, looking on Matthew Kennedy and Danny Dick Foss.
Christopher Scott kicks back in. Wanted Voss, but Charles just floated across the back and took the mark. And is able to play on. 65 metres out, goes deep into the scoring zone, a big pack of players, and Campbell gets a boot to it, did he? Yes, he did!
Will her incredible power over men make her millions?
Can I trust you?
She's beautiful and dangerous.
I don't do murder.
You would if you loved me.
With an insatiable appetite for money.
You, me, $3 million.
You're serious?
Who will die?
Now we have a future.
Who will be caught?
You're not human.
And who'll be very, very rich?
It's a game, set, match.
The network television first.
What's so special about me?
The Last Seduction. 8:30 Sunday on 7.
So from the centre bounce, Clark takes the ball off to Lappin. Chips Lynch. Now plays on. Kicks, comes back inside onto his left foot. Chips to the front of the square. Scott is confronted. Players go to ground. To Lepic swings it round, and finally the Bears have got one. First goal to Justin Lepic, and their first goal since late in that first quarter. So the Bears with some movement through the centre there, and Lynch almost again single-handedly setting this up. Wasn't a great kick, but it did set it up, Don.
Yes, and I was just harking back to what Wally was saying, Wally Lewis at half-time. I wonder if the publicity they've received through the week up here in Brisbane has had a bit of an effect, because certainly they're not playing up to what they've been doing the last 2 weeks, Brisbane.
31 points the margin. Clark and Charles go at it in the middle. Who can win it out of the centre? Lambert applies the tackle, and Mark McKenzie comes in to take charge of proceedings as Chris Bond picks himself up.
So I do think there's games, though. I think you bottom out as a team. You know, they've been on a bit of a high for the first couple, and just you need to work your way back into it. Perhaps this might be the start, that goal.
Charles down looking towards Michael Gale, who paddles the ball down in front of him. He's got it inside 50 once again, and Benny comes storming out and has got a free kick for a tackle too high.
It's a good centre-half forward this morning.
From 55 metres. It's a drop punt going deep into the square.
He should get the free kick. Why isn't the free kick paid?
Well, this is one
Gow's infringed. Look at Gow's holding on.
He's not touching.
Just prior to the camera shot getting there, he was the arm around.
Sorry.
Gow's brings it back into play. Voss through, but without the football. Charles went in over the top. Could have infringed, and has said the umpire. So Broderick will take the free kick just on the defensive side of centre.
Clark. Scott from behind has to come late. Falls to Tristan Lynch. To Lappin. Looks for namesake in Lynch at the other end. Can't grab hold of it. Gasper's done pretty well at the back end. Wobbles the kick forward. Players come at it hard. Lappin's got lively at the start of this third quarter. Gives it off to Fletcher. Fletcher back into Ashcroft. And Ashcroft's then forced to kick it round his body. And players have to sit and wait. Almost a free kick then to Voss. Not paid. Falls to Champion from 50 metres out. Chips and finds Lepic. So a couple of forward movements now for the Bears, where kicking's actually starting to get a little bit better.
Yes, he's already kicked one goal, Lepic. Moves well. He's got a good shape for a footballer, good shoulders.
So Justin Lepic playing at full forward tonight.
Good number on his back too.
In your opinion. It kicks and kicks beautifully. So Justin Lepic.
Eagles Nest, this is Red 1, going in for refuel, over.
Then heading for home, Red 1.
Roger.
Low on time and low on fuel? Try Mobile Card Express. First, swipe your card, then fill up, and you're away.
This is Red 1, fueling complete. Did you remember to pick up the milk?
Card Express, the fastest way to pay at the pump, at Quicks and mobile service stations.
So a couple of goals to the Bears. Can they come back? That is the big question here at this full house at the Gabba. We've got a bounce virtually in the middle again. Broderick finding himself at the bottom of the pack. Chapman was there also. And now a bounce with Clark and Charles. And Fletcher hurried high ball towards centre wing. No mark taken. Look at young Tristan Lynch. It's a talented youngster, this boy. Swings round onto the right boot, passes in towards the 50. But he eludes a couple. Bauer tries to get out towards Broderick. Well claimed. The ball spills free. Michael Gale picked it up beautifully towards the running Miranda. And Miranda's kick goes down towards full forward. Over the top, Gowers is first to recover. He'll just paddle that over the line, conceding a behind. 9-12, plays 5-9. Marcus Ashcroft is the acting captain tonight. He goes from the back pocket, tumbling a punt kick. It finds its mark in Michael Voss. Voss is almost down to half-back. He's got Wayne Campbell on the mark. Kicks towards centre wing. Jamie Tape trying to spoil Dion Scott. Tristan Lynch through, socket off the ground by Tape. Back towards Wayne Campbell again. Now Miranda. Round his body, up towards right half forward. Gale cleverly onto Rogers. This looks dangerous for the Bears as Reed kicks towards full forward and Richardson takes the mark. Plays on. Centering kick is on to Charles, and he's unmarked 35 metres out, directly in front. He's taken 5 marks in the night.
Oh, it's a big one, Morecambe. Charles for 3 votes.
Played very well. Stopped the informed ruckman in the comp, probably.
Oh, he has.
At this stage of the game.
Oh, he's done a lot of thought about him.
You usually give him the ruckman anyhow, don't you?
Well, he'll get a few.
Yeah, I bet he does. You'll probably give 3 to him and 2 to Clark.
Let's see what he can do. Charles, from probably 44 metres. It'll be pretty close, that one, but he's got it.
What does the future hold for you this April, May or June? Will you be travelling? Travelling overseas? 7 nights in Ho Chi Minh City from only $1,209? Or 6 nights in Los Angeles from just $1,899? Will your companion be going with you for 30% off this low price? And when you return, will you fly to one of a selection of Australian cities for only $99 return? You will, but only if you hurry. The Qantas See the World for Less sale ends April 15.
So Richmond pushed that margin back out to 33 points. Clark jumps high. Fletcher tries to get onto it. Well done by Ashcroft. Really got held onto long after he got rid of it. Earned the kick back. Kicks out wide. Runner in the way. Bauer comes back. Met solidly by Scott. Tidied up by Gasper. He really does wobble the kick, doesn't he? Great use of the body there by Holland. But the free kick...
No, the umpire. I agree with the umpire on that occasion.
Yeah, I just thought he used his chest, but fair enough. He was pretty close. So Champion goes back. Tape solid. Jamie Tape. Great pickup too from Richmond. Have a few in this side now. Really emerging as a good side. That is a mark. Because Benny Gale was the tallest and stood in front and used every centimetre.
And goes to half forward. He wants Richardson. He's got the height from behind. He had to try and beat a couple. Buse gets through some heavy traffic. Gets boot to ball to Tristan Lynch, and he takes the mark in front of Miranda.
He'll be anxious to do well tonight, Sandy, having been on the supplementary list at Richmond.
Lynch's kick towards half forward. Kellaway spoils, but it's straight down towards Lepich. Lepich goes for a centering kick in towards Dion Scott, and Alistair Lynch will have a shot now after being paid the mark.
The man who won't get much praise there was Dion Scott. Now, just watch Scott, if we can get it on screen. He jumps and kind of takes the other 2 Richmond guys out of the action. That was terrific stuff by Scott.
Lynch still looking for his first goal of the night. Directly in front and is inside 40 metres, and he's popped that straight through the middle.
Well, they wanted him to convert because he's been their major goal kicker the last couple of weeks. He's been off target. As Sandy just said, that's his first goal for the night. He kicked 3 points up till then. And there's Tristan Lynch once again getting involved. A high ball from Lepich. And watch Scott there. Takes the 2 Richmond guys out, and Lynch is strong nonetheless.
Interesting, isn't it, with the 2 players that fall forward now. that if the ball's going to get down there quite a bit of times, they're both quality players, you think scoring will happen. So it's really this midfield battle that will set this win up for either side. Richmond holding the aces at the moment. Clark with a great jump, trying to get it to Fletcher, as they've done so often in the first couple of games of the season. And a kick off the ground finds Scott. And Chris Scott comes out on his left foot. Players running wide for him. Lappin, Bond's quick. Really does try and make him pay the kick. Fantastic skill. Now can go long. Does that. This is pressure in the goal square again. Flyers wanted. And
there's a free kick. What's he doing?
Free kick to Dion Scott.
Now, Dion Scott was pushing and holding prior to that ball coming down. Just prior to that shot there. And yet he gets a free kick.
Well, so Dion Scott kicks and has kicked his second. So the Bears now just edge that bit closer, and that 5.5 goal margin now back to 3.5. I mean, it's the old rule. It's the old rule, isn't it? If you're ever in doubt in a game of footy, it's a bit like cricket. Just add 2 or 3 goals to it, because it can happen in modern footy, and like 2 wickets in cricket.
Yeah, you're not wrong. No wonder you coached the runners-up on 3 occasions.
I asked myself for that. Good on you. Shut up, Lighty.
Well, it's got the fans going here at the Gabba. It's a full house. Clark sets himself again. Justin Charles has got plenty to say. There are players going everywhere
down
at the
on
minute.
the forward line, Sandy. He's come from the back line. Gale's gone into the back pocket on Dion Scott.
Richmond have been able to answer the challenge. Let's see what happens this time. Tristan Lynch is a high flyer, but he can't take the mark. It's surged clear once again. Lappin goes down to forward. Was there holding? It's a smother, and it's still going to be kept in the pocket. Voss is quick to close on Burke, and it's over the line.
Now it's Richmond who've got the small half-forward line, although young Ben Holland's down there. Tawney's coming off the ground. So what are they doing, Richmond, here? Tawney was up on the half-forward line.
White tries to flick it over the back. Voss is waiting down the front. He's clear with the hand pass towards Darryl White, who's been quiet tonight. He bounces it towards the right forward pocket, and Alistair Lynch, and again it's over.
Well, Naish is coming on the ball now, up onto the half-forward line, so they've got an even smaller half-forward line. They've done a swap now. Buse is going on to Naish. And Chapman is picking up the taller tape.
Margin was 30 points at half-time. It's now 21. And the Bears, through Voss, are desperate to close it down even more. Could be a free kick, and there is.
Actually,
Lambert's going to take it.
Chapman has picked up Rogers, and tape on the half-forward line being picked up by Bartlett.
So Craig Lambert in his 155th game against, incidentally, his old side, has a chance to make the margin of 15 points. He's kicked 63 goals in his career. He'd dearly love this one. 64 would be memorable. He's kicked, and he has kicked a beauty.
Just help yourself to my lips, to my arms. Just say the word and they are yours. Just help yourself to my lips, then let's really start to live.
I wish they'd told me the Magna run-out sale had started, because with deals this good, they're not going to stop for anyone.
The Magna run-out sale is on now. Catch it while you can.
So the Bears, with 5 goals this quarter to Richmond's 2, really are now asking the question of this Richmond side. Ball forward again. The centre work's been a lot better, and some pretty good defence there from David Burke as the ball runs towards the boundary line. Kellaway pretty content to let that go.
Oh, now that David Burke didn't shepherd, then he actually dragged White off the ball and should have been penalised.
Yes, so the Bears getting their stuff right in the midfield now, giving their forwards a few more opportunities. Great handball from White. Bad luck from Lambert. Campbell gets the high ball. Back to the tools. Clark sits underneath it. Can't grab hold of it. Falls out the back. Broderick. Bond. Sets up Miranda. Clever. Also a clever kick under pressure. And a free kick will go down the ground.
Real free kick against
I would have thought it was in the act of kicking, but anyhow, Holland comes back into centre half forward. From behind, can't get hold of it. Many players in tight. Falls to Chapman, runs by him. Rogers is quick, goes to ground, so does Chapman. Tunnel balls it out through his legs. Tate moved onto the forward line to Burke. Burke only has to chip this to set it up. Michael Gale, very good in front. Terrific kick to him. Really did give him every opportunity.
He goes in quick. Rogers got the sit here. He's unmarked, Rogers.
So Michael Gale showing a bit of experience here, just trying to settle the Richmond side down. They really need a reply from these bare goals. Kicks to the front of the square. Oh, it's a huge... Oh! Well, Sean Smith into the ground. Matthew Richardson almost outdid him.
He got higher than Sean Smith.
And the ball's forced out of bounds in an exciting jump from Matthew Richardson.
Have a look at this leap.
Oh, I think he was a centimetre lower than Sean Smith.
And Gale now up on the forward line. Gasper's gone into the back pocket.
6.5 minutes remaining. Here's a Wayne Campbell from behind. 10-13 plays 8-9. Well, another one now. Certainly set it up for the final quarter. Gowes will go to the outer side towards Chapman, Owen, and some holding on, says umpire John Harvey. But it will go to the Richmond youngster. The Phantoms kick back in towards the forward zone once again. Hart is there with Campbell towards the boundary line. The Richmond boy had it, then the Bear. Small man had it. Finally over the line.
It is exciting, isn't it? The two new teams in the finals last year really now getting down to tours of trying to emerge as a super team, really.
Yep. Brisbane, of course, trying to remain undefeated. Nature's kick partly smothered. Now Brisbane have a chance to tidy up again. Back towards Leppich, who takes a strong mark.
Oh, let's hope he's all right. Was he just cramped up?
He's given it away, and the umpires called play on, so they've gone down towards Darryl White. A big pack of players see it spoiled. Ashcroft gets the hand pass away, but it's a stray towards Rogers. He dropped the football.
The umpires picked it up too.
Leppich receiving some attention. May just be cramped. Now Chapman has the opportunity in the middle of the ground. Gets around Miranda, but he can't get around the duck. He's surrounded by them, and they're going to lose the football. It finishes with Miranda. The turnover could be very, very costly. Gamble can go over the top to Richardson in the square. It's only got to sit, but will it sit? He's there, and he just pops it through. Too easy.
Now you know why that's happening.
Will her incredible power over men make her millionaires?
I don't do murder.
You would if you loved me.
Who will die? Who will be caught? And who will be very, very rich?
It's a game, set, match.
The Last Seduction premieres 8:30 Sunday on 7.
On Today Tonight, the story of a great Australian larrikin. He saw the last 30 AFL Grand Finals without a ticket. Jimmy Dobbin, the bush truckie who pulled the wool over the AFL's eyes. Next week on Melbourne's Today Tonight.
Yes, Nathan Chapman, just to try to avoid all those players, and all his teammates ran to support, and there was no one at the back for the Bears, and an easy goal to Richmond. Really just broke that deadlock a bit now. Ooh. Ball forward again. Chapman this time just unloads it, and the crowd not kind to him. Michael Voss in front. Charles, that is terrific for a big fella. Been super impressed with his game. He really seems to have grown confidence as the next perhaps ruckman. Greg Dee, of course, missing tonight, and really stamping his mark on that first ruck position. Chris Scott takes a good mark, falling back.
Leppich is off the ground too, and Dick Foss has gone on half forward for the Bears side.
Scott, good skills, out to Voss. So the Bears have lifted. Richmond so far nearly answered most of their questions that they've answered.
William Scott.
Ashcroft tried to get it through. Here's Bow with a hand pass away. Quickly unloaded, but it comes to Broderick. Broderick's got a bit of time to size up the situation. He drifts it into the middle. Naish gives it away to Charles. The big man running, and he kicks long towards full forward. Gowers is the only one there. So they peel off from the back line. Hughes will be one. Rides the bump.
Quick, they got players by themselves.
Well, they're going to have to be quick. He's got Hart down the ground.
He's going to pick the wrong option.
I don't think he can see him. He goes inside towards Richard Champion. Champion is now down almost to the centre. Ball to ground once, then has a look up towards the 50. Miranda's in front, and he holds it up. He's called to play on. So it's pushed out towards Bow, who can chip over the top to Gasper. Gasper will go back and take his kick. Bow's in a spot of bother behind play. We'll keep an eye on him. Brendan Gale can't take it cleanly. Chapman in trouble. Gives a little ground before giving it away to Buse, who fires it out to Lambert. Lambert has a look down towards left half forward. Hart's his target. Miranda is there with him. Gasper's waiting down in front. And he steadies back towards centre wing once again, where eventually it goes over the line. There's Leppich just receiving some attention.
There's Leppich cramping up just here, and a goal was scored because Chapman turned the ball over and Richmond had too many numbers on the forward line.
So 22-point margin to Richmond.
You can see there what Charles is doing, holding onto the arm of Clark as they went for that boundary line. He's worked out that Clark only hits the ball with the right hand.
Kellaway underneath. Stack of players. Naish towards the boundary line. Campbell with that kicking style that he's got. Fantastic. Daffy it was. So another throw in.
Prescott's gone in the back pocket. Richmond pulling the changes. Miranda's gone on to Lynch, centre wing.
So Gale and Clark doing the ruck work. Great tap from Gale to Daffy. Sets him up nicely. Pushing and shoving. Gower's in front. Over the head of the players. Gower's brilliant through the middle. Coming at it, two Richmond players collide. Charles with great presence, but then unloads the footy and didn't have to. Oh, there's a tree full of bears. Kick it. Gone hard. Lynch has gone hard at it. Here we go. On his left foot. Chipping out wide. Really no one advantage. Hart might be first there. Goes back to Lappin. He's a clever player. Tries to chip in. Lynch almost bowled. Scott off the ground. Buller's better. Back into the middle, and Scott's got it.
It's Chris Scott, caught one high too, but play on is the call. Rogers just about gets him. In fact, he does. Pulls him to the ground as he tried to get the kick away. Lambert goes through, puts it inside 50. They need a mark, they need a goal. Burke defends for Richmond. Gives it off nicely. Naish has time to steady to Bond, and he's got even more room. Oh, here's trouble here. Broderick's got hectares. He could stop and crop this. But instead he chips in towards full forward, and Brendan Gale takes the mark. Right forward pocket. Richmond players running everywhere. Benny Gale.
Sandy, back down in the other end of the ground. Lynch is on his knees and still has been on his knees after contesting that ball when it came down. Now I wonder whether that sickness that he had last year is taking effect. He's still down on what there he is. And look, you can see him still gasping for air. I wonder if that's starting to creep in. The fatigue syndrome.
Let's see what Gale can do. This is an important kick from 40 metres. It's a drop punt starting away to the right, but it'll only produce a behind.
Still down on his knee. Lynch behind play.
23 points the margin. Buse has it. Oh, he's gone straight down the throat of Benny Gale, who charges forward again, puts out the pass, and the danger signs again go up because Rogers will have another shot.
Great admirer of Gale at centre half forward. His first game was against Richmond up here at Carrara. He impressed me that night.
Lynch is up. Matthew Rogers will be too if he kicks this goal. Looking for the Tigers' 12th, and really a steadier. The margin is 23 points, an awkward looking style as he slips to the ground and produces a behind.
Must be rather warm out there. As Rogers was lining up, the trainers from the Richmond side were all running out with water bottles, giving everybody a drink.
Well, the heat got to the Tigers last time, but it's certainly nothing like it was last time at the moment, with only seconds remaining. Well, there aren't any seconds remaining now. Three-quarter time. And Brisbane coming back, they needed to. They booted 5 goals, 1 in that third quarter. Richmond were a little off target. They booted 3 goals, 7. So they've closed the gap, but only by 7 points from half-time. Or is it 6? 6 points to half-time. There's Clark waiting to come across the Richmond hierarchy with Robert Walls calling his charges in and asking for one more quarter of footy to produce the 4 points. Concerned Roger Merritt, the ageing skipper, who's out with a hamstring, lends his support and encouragement to this young Brisbane Bears side. Can they come back? Well, stay with us in the final term to find out. At the moment, it's with Richmond. 11-15, 81, leading Brisbane, 8-9, 57. That's what I